Hey guys, today you're going to be looking at how to put conditional coding into your germ guide. So conditional codings they're pretty awesome. It's a way for a program to be allowed to make decisions. And an easy way to remember conditionals is, if you're trying to, let's say, I don't know, get time to go play video games or watch television, and you ask your parents, can I watch TV? They might respond to something like, under one condition, have you cleaned your room? And we both know that your answer to that question is going to directly affect their answer they're about to give you about TV. So that's the moment when you're kind of at a choose your own adventure type of thing. Computer programs can be given the same choices as long as it's a yes, no, or true, false. So, for instance, in the example of TV where they say, have you cleaned your room yet? The answer is either yes or the answer is no. Okay. So, the computer programs work the exact same way. I'm going to show you guys first how to plan for a conditional statement, and then how to actually create them, well, how to start creating them in your germ guide. So what I'm going to show you here is a website. You don't have to use it. I really like it. You can find it by going to Google and just searching for free flowchart maker. And one of the top hits that comes up is going to be this website called lucidchart.com. So when you jump in here, it might try to bug you about signing up and paying the money. Just tell them no, I'm just doing the trial. I'm just doing the trial, and they might bug you with that a few times. So when you jump in, you're going to log in here, and then you're going to select your documents, and they're going to give you some free ones. Now I've already started one as kind of an example for everybody. So right now, the way your measles button works is similar to this. Okay. And in your program, it probably looks like this. It says when measles button is clicked, the measles player starts. Now, what's actually happening is the measles button is being pushed, the sound is being played, and then it ends. There's no opportunity for a decision to be made here. Okay. However, you can allow it to make a decision. So I'm going to control copy this, and then I'm going to paste it to generate another one. And now we're going to actually go through and edit this a little bit. So delete, move that end away, break you off, get out of here, line. We don't need you yet. All right, so before it plays the sound, we're actually going to put something extra in there. So we're going to let the machine decide if it's playing, it's going to pause the sound, and it's only going to play the sound if it's not playing at all. So let's get ourselves another action, because we have playing the measles, and the other option is to pause the measles sound. These will be our two choices. Now, when we're flow charting this, diamonds or hexagons here, I'm sorry, not hexagons, rhombuses, sorry, my brain unplugged for a moment there, are actually decision-making objects. So we'll click in here, and it'll just literally check to see, is the measles player playing? And that'll be its question. It'll start off with this. Excuse me. I'm trying to drag your whole thing up. There we go. So when the button is pushed, the first thing it's going to do is it's going to go to and it's going to check for this. Is the measles player actually playing? So we're going to have choices at that point. So if yes, it is playing, then what would we want to have happen? If it's already playing, you want it to pause, because that's the idea of a play pause button. Oh, I just made a mess. Sorry about that. There we go. That looks way nicer. Now, if it is not playing and I push the button, then at that point, I'm going to want it to start playing. And after that, the entire thing will resolve. So this is what you're going to ultimately be creating in code. The measles button is pushed. It's going to check to see, is the measles button player, is the player already playing? If it's not playing, then clearly I want it to start playing. And if it is playing, then obviously I want to pause the sound. So let's look at how you're going to do that in MIT. You're going to take this and you're actually going to go through and you're going to kind of cannibalize your original code a little bit. Okay, so you're going to break that part out. So anytime you're doing conditionals, the idea here is in control. So control allows you to give some control away to other things. So in this case, you would get the if then block because it's going to say like if something is happening, then do this, and if it's not, do the other thing. And you can mutate it by clicking this little germ looking guy here to mutate it and adding the else to that. Now, if you wanted, if you'd noticed, there was also one of them already sitting here. It's just important to know that even if you have an if then else, if you wanted to overly complicate it, you could by adding additional features. You don't need to do this yet. So then you're going to take this and you're going to snap it in. So what was our question again? We said if push the measles button and is the measles button player, or I'm sorry, is the player playing? So we would want to slide down here, find the measles, and oh my gosh, look at that. Is measles button is playing. So at this point, I'm going to hold here. You all are going to finish the remainder of this here on your own. If you would like an additional challenge, you might notice that right now, your players, when they run, they can play over each other. There is a way to fix that, and that way is right here in this flow chart that I've created. It's a little bit bigger than the last one, but in one push, it actually gives it two conditionals. So again, if you get your first conditional statement done and you test it and you're like, this is awesome, and I'm done, and you would like an additional challenge, this is it. You're going to update your code by saying, push the measles button. Is the measles player playing? If it is, pause. If it's not, then start. However, instead of ending, it's going to check to see is meningitis, the other player, playing? Because if it is, it's going to stop it. And if it's not going to do anything. Okay. So again, that's your enrichment. So you can pause here if you would like it. And if you're good with just doing the straight assignment and calling it a day, then all you need to do is get this guy right here to work. Right here. Push the measles button. Is the measles button player? Is the measles player playing? If it is, pause. If it's not, then start and then end, which again, this is what you're looking for here. You need to make this code work. Once you've got it working, make it work for all your other buttons as well, and you're done. Thanks.